Football as the Melbourne boys play it, and that's probably started a riot up there already. Welcome to this Channel 9 service of one of the big league matches played recently in quest of the 1967 Premiership.
Time is over. Final quarter and a great game about to begin. St Kilda leads now by 13 points, but at the last change, half-time, they were down 23 points. So they've come good to the tune of 36 points, and that's exactly what Cowboy Neil kicked in the third quarter off his own boot. 36 points, 6 clean goals. In fact, St Kilda kicked 7 to Essendon's 1 for St Kilda to trail by 13 points as we go into the final term. Cross. Essendon into attack. A kick almost into the goal square. Have they got a Cowboy Neil up here? We'll have to wait and see. Anderson over the back, a beauty. Point blank range, shouldn't miss, as Cowboy Neil did not miss when he had opportunities like this in the last exciting quarter.
Tony, it looked dead set to me then that it was Sierakowski's mark. It was a great mark by Anderson, who somehow or other got right over the back of Sierakowski.
Straight in front. Sierakowski is in the goal square. Drop punt kick, unerring. It's a goal, and that's a good start in the final quarter for the Bombers. They were 13 points down. They're now 7.
Well, there's not much in it, and the crowd that's been on its toes all day, and it's a huge crowd here, look like remaining that way, because 7 points hasn't been enough for either side to say they've been able to take the game out. Essendon at one stage were 4 goals ahead, and now they're 7 points down. Umpire Blue gets it underway. Trott comes in for St Kilda and sends them into attack. Gerlach in front takes a good mark.
Goal scorers for Essendon, 4 to Greenwood, 3 to Noonan, and 1 each to Waite and Anderson. The ball by Gerlach in the back lines is kicked into attack and just into attack. Waite has hold of it here. He kicked a goal earlier, punched it straight into St Kilda arms and chest. The ball is right at the umpire's feet, and he's going to bounce it just on the attack side of centre for the Essendon team. Fraser scooped it off the ground there and gave it straight to Sinman of the opposition. Sinman kicks to the half-forward line. Epps is having a duel. Can't pick the ball up. Before the umpire is... reckon it was his free kick, but the umpire said, "Come on, Alec, stop messing around." Kennedy. Dyer did some clever work there for a while, scooping it through the pack. Now it's Howell, his turn to do likewise, but he's more effective. Gets away with the ball, kicks into the goal square. Neil can't mark for his 7th goal. The ball is punched out to about 30 yards from him. Now he goes in to tackle the man who has it. Essendon in possession of the ball through Darryl Gerlach. The players don't agree with the decision.
No, it's often the way the poor old umpire cops it from everyone, players included. Waite nearly took a good mark, couldn't quite hold it. It's Gosper now that picks it up and hooks it over his shoulder and sends on a long kick with a hook kick as it rolls across the boundary line. The big crowd has witnessed a tremendous match. I've seen some good ones this season, but this would be the equal of any of them. It's Greenwood, gets tackled by Griffiths, but still gets his boot to it. Sinman takes a hand pass, and the St Kilda defence gets the ball into attack. Now it's Fletcher's turn for Essendon to send them back, and McKenzie makes position and marks in front. Delegate Don has been fairly quiet today. This is only his 9th kick, his 4th mark. Oh, well passed too. Straight to Greg Brown, who had Ross Smith on him. He was giving him a lot of height and didn't have much chance. A long kick by Brown. Noonan took off before acceptances there. He couldn't mark. It was punched away. Trott, good play there. Gets the ball across to Ray Cross. With a well-timed punch. Cross clears it up to the wing position. Epis and Roberts. Roberts gets the ball, taps it on in front of him. I think they throw it away then. And the whistle's gone. A free kick is going to go to Kevin Roberts. And from the centre wing position, St Kilda will go into attack.
Holding the player when not in possession. The umpire has it all summed up, and his decision was right. 7 points the difference in St Kilda's favour. 78 to 71, 4 minutes into the final term. Left footer Kevin Roberts straight into attack with a left foot kick to the half-forward line. Brown takes the mark in defence here for the Bombers. Is about to go off. It's dumped by Kennedy, but the umpire will allow the mark to stand.
What's this about to go off, Tony? He was off by 4 yards.
From the back line, Brown. A kick into the centre of the ground. Somerville getting set for it. Oh, nearly marked it too. Taken away by Sinman. Sinman, a good kick off the centre of the deck. Neil again. 7th coming up. Left foot kick by the Cowboy. Number 7.
What a performance. 7 goals, 2 left footers, of 2 left foot hooks, and 5 from deliberate shots.
Looks as though he's run out of fingers on which to count them.
Well, he's got 3 to go, Tony, but it's been a match-winning performance. If that's the way it turns out, St Kilda, if they do win it, it's a match-winning performance from Neil. It's Russell Blue. And that's Noonan. Now, here's a player who's dropped right out of the game. In the first quarter, he had 4 kicks and kicked 3 goals. He's had this is his 2nd kick since the first quarter. So it's amazing how a player can come in and out of the play. He's within kicking distance and they need it badly. It's not going to be there. It's a point only. Essendon 10-12, St Kilda 13-6. Marks in the match, 61 to Essendon and 67 to St Kilda. Free kicks, 19 to St Kilda and 21 to Essendon.
12 points the difference, 84 to 72. St Kilda in front by 12 points, 2 straight kicks. St Kilda kicked 7 goals in the 3rd term to Essendon's 1. Before that spasm, Essendon were well on top. The ball is kicked by Minot from the back line to the centre wing. Baldock comes into this fray, nearly a clash, and Griffith seems to reel out of the pack hurt, but I think he'll be all right. The ball over towards Sirakoski. Sirakoski shepherds, but then sees the ball kicked away from him and the other Essendon player, and it's across the line, forcing a throw-in. 12 points St Kilda's way. 7 minutes now into the final term. Backhander from Minot, picked up by Essendon. They come forward. The ball into attack for them. Fraser going for the mark, and he's got it against Sinman. Fraser right on the boundary line. Noonan is still full forward, and he has kicked 3 goals. Greenwood, who's kicked 4, very nearly got through that pack to kick another. The ball is held out, and coming here towards Blue, bounces off his shins and across the line in the full forward pocket.
Russell Blue, as he ran in, looked as though to be favouring the knee for which he had the cartilage out. Chance for Gross now. Picks it up, then turns, and turns back, hand passes it across to Russell Blue. It bounced away from him. Sinman ran into him, but he bounced off him, has a left foot kick towards a goal. He's going to find a teammate in Anderson. It was a wobbly old kick, but that's the luck of the game at times. He looked as though he could steady and send it through the goals, and as a result, Sirakoski, who was minding Anderson, fell back towards the goal. Anderson didn't and took the easiest of marks. He's on a very acute angle, but only 12 yards out. Ooh, swung right in.
Well, the goals keep coming in a rash. The first quarter started off with Ross Smith getting 3, and Noonan of Essendon getting 3. Then Greenwood got 3 and added another to give him a total of 4. Then we had Neil's magnificent spasm of 4, which went to 6 in the 3rd term, and now he has a tally of 7. And Anderson gets his second in a row in this quarter.
Well, that's, funnily enough, that's just the way how the game has gone, and most of them have been down at the Melbourne end of the ground. It's underway once more. It's Gosper. That's Minot getting his boot to it. It only travelled about 5 yards. It's hooked back. Coming in is Darryl Griffiths. A long kick, gets it up to the half-forward line, and almost marked there by Russ Smith. Shot across to Roberts. A long way out is Roberts, but look at that kick. It could be through. It is. Now it's Roberts' turn to join the big goal kickers. That's his 3rd.
A complete call of the goal scorers in a high-scoring and most exciting game. For St Kilda, Kevin Neil 7. That included 6 in the 3rd term. Kevin Roberts and Ross Smith 3 each, and Barry Breen 1. For Essendon, 4 to Greenwood, 3 to Noonan, 2 to Anderson, and 1 to Bruce Waite. Bounce up by umpire Don Blue in the centre.
And there it is. And there's Minot again getting up to take the tap down, but Gosper comes in for Essendon, puts him into attack. Kennedy runs out, plays the ball on in front of him. Fraser's got it, he's grabbed, loses it. What's the decision? A ball up. Trott's got it. Left foots it out into the open. Here's where the pace shows, and Griffiths has got plenty of it. He's tackled by Williams, but still manages to elude them. Then a ball, as he bounced it, didn't come back to him as he wanted, and it allows Williams to come in and clear. Look at that pass. Greg Brown made position well, and Stewie gets a Huttons don't argue in the face.
9 minutes gone. Final term. Greg Brown, drop kick. Good one to within about 40 yards of goal. Behind, nobody behind for the Bombers, and it's taken away by St Kilda's defence. Ray Cross on his 19th man. Kicks the ball short to Stewart. Stewart with the ball. "12 points separate the sides, 90 to 78. St Kilda 14-6 to Essendon's 11-12. Bonnie's left foot kick is a good one. Well into attack with that kick. Contested mark. Bruce Waite appealing for it, and I think he'll be the one to come out with it. Yes, Bruce Waite, who's kicked a couple of goals for the Essendon team.
He's marked pretty well, Tony, too. He's taken 6 marks, and he's an improved player.
The half-forward line. Is that a Williams mark? Still got it. Thought he'd lost it after being slung, but he held onto the ball as well. Can't do better than that. Williams versus Baldock, an interesting tussle today. The Doc always seems to have his problems. Against Essendon. Pryor first, and now Williams. This is Sinman clearing the ball. Half-forward flank. Gerlach knocked it back through the pack. Breen tackled by Davis. Loses the ball. And the umpire's given a decision against him.
And a correct one, too. It's the scores are 14-6 in Kilda. Essendon 11-12. 11 minutes into the final quarter. And what a game this has been at the Moorabbin Oval. Look at that mark. It's typical of the many that have been taken a day. This time it was Sierakowski's turn, and he's been a fairly solid defender for the Saints. That was only his 3rd mark, however. His kick was not good, and you saw the result.
For Melbourne and Victorian country viewers, for New South Wales, South Australian and Western Australian viewers, and the forces in Vietnam, the Essendon versus St Kilda game at the Moorabbin Oval. Terrific day for football, and terrific football turned on before a huge crowd by these two favoured teams. Not favoured with premiership chances anymore, and that's one of the surprises of the season, but favoured in terms of their good performances over recent years. McKenzie couldn't get away with it. Picked up by Williams. He helps McKenzie out. Kicks the ball back through a couple of players, and is taken by Stewart. It's kick for kick. Stewart for St Kilda. Kicks the ball beautifully with a drop kick onto the half-forward line. No marks allowed here. Picked up by Russell Blue. He's being bustled by Trott. The ball is finally picked up by Williams. Williams gets himself another kick. We'll check his statistics. He's doing well. And the ball is marked by Sierakowski.
Almost the same place that Sierakowski marked it just a moment ago. A short pass. It's good football, as you saw. Darryl Griffiths. Have a look at Gosper late on the scene. Giving Griffiths a bit of hurry up, but he's going to pay the penalty as well. He might. It wasn't a wise thing to do. In fact, it was a rash thing to do.
Williams has had the best part of 20 kicks.
Taken 8 marks, Tony. He's played quite well. It's Darryl Griffiths, however, that's the centre of attention as he kicks the ball. Is that a mark? It is. Bobby Murray now at full forward. The Saints realising that he's not fit enough to be at full back in such a closely contested game. What's the decision to be? Ross Smith paying out on someone.
The pace of the game is tiring these players, and that's understandable. There's not the fire in the game that there was before. Certainly there's still the purpose. Here's Darryl Griffiths. He's still going as fast as he was in the first quarter, I think. The ball in towards the goal square. Cowboy. His marker's well spoilt that time by a perfect punch away. Here's Baldock keeping the pressure up on the Essendon defence. Baldock still has the ball going for him inside the line. A miracle man. Oh, too late this time. Just too long. Baldock thinks it's the wrong decision and smiles. Gerlach wins the kick and sorts out with a beautiful pass this player on the back line. Greenwood has kicked 4 goals. Greenwood finds Somerville. Somerville slung down hard. Well, it's just the momentum of play. He was in such an attitude and had to hit the deck pretty hard. Gives a hand pass to Greenwood because he's not fit to kick it himself. The ball is onto the half-forward line. Fraser tried hard to take the mark but couldn't. And here's this left-footed Bonnie booting the ball out of play on the half-forward line.
Somerville, it was one of the few marks that he's taken. He's taken only 4, but he's had 11 kicks. But O'Day's been well on top. He's had 20 kicks and 7 marks. He's not a bad player. Here's Ross Smith dashing away again. Gets it up to the full forward zone as Murray comes off for St Kilda. And, well, he might. It should have been done ages ago. That's Dyer with it. There's Murray coming off. It's up to the full forward zone now. A chance here for St Kilda to score as Breen grabs the ball. He's grabbed by Fletcher. Breen bounced the ball when he was grabbed. The St Kilda crowd and the St Kilda players don't like it, but I think it showed quite clearly on the screen that he was grabbed and he bounced it and he was in possession, and it's against the rules. Minot throws himself on the ball. St Kilda still lead by 2 goals. It's Daryl Griffiths, one of their good players. He was quiet in the first half, but he's come back into the picture in the second. He gets it up full forward way for them. Neil flies high, couldn't mark. A free kick to Breen. It is a free kick to Breen for sure. Breen's 45 yards at the very most from goal. If he wins this, it could seal the kicks this, it'll seal the game for mine. Oh, look at the kick.
Barry Breen's second goal. For St Kilda, Neil has kicked 7, Kevin Roberts 3 and Ross Smith 3, and 2 to Barry Breen. Only 4 players have kicked their swell total of 15 goals.
What a performance it's been by a lot of the players here today. Ross Smith in the first quarter had 11 kicks. He's only had 9 more since then, and we're 17 minutes into the final quarter, but he was a great player early for St Kilda. They've had players in and out of the game all day.
And so the Saints, who at half-time looked well on their way to being defeated, have come back with a rattling performance to look certain to be the winners. They're 20 points ahead at this stage. Left foot kick. Essendon into attack onto the forward line. Anderson let the ball go past him. Here's Greenwood's chance. He sweeps into the play, picks the ball up. He's a good kick, this boy. It's gone off the side of his boot a bit this time. It's gone into the full forward pocket where Howell comes into the fray and slips over at the crucial moment. It's been like an ice rink out there all day. Kick by Howell off the ground makes up for his fumble before. It's a good long kick too along the ground, and it's out about 55 yards from the goals. 18 points the difference. St Kilda leading. Somerville kicking the ball, but players getting pretty tired now. 17 minutes gone, final turn.
Ross Smith having his 21st kick for the match. And also a 3-goal winner. Good kick too from Smithy. That's 38, that's Anderson. Gets it across to Williams, and he's had a lot of kicks today. That's his 19th. He gets it out the flank, a chance at Thompson. Oh, fumble fingers that one. Ray Cross swoops back on the ball, so too does Thompson. Cross wins out, then slips. Fraser's got it, he heads for home. It's through. It's not over yet. We're not at the 20-minute mark, and there's only 2 goals still separating the sides.
Goal scorers for Essendon, 4 to Greenwood, 3 to Noonan, 2 to Anderson, and 1 each to Waite and Ken Fraser. Fraser, number 23, captain of the Bombers, getting himself in repair after that goal. Well, is there enough time left? And is there enough gusto left in the Essendon team, which wilted after that withering performance by the Saints in the third term, to get back into the game? They're certainly still knocking at the door. The ball on the centre wing. Here they come. Oh, bad luck for Gosper that he didn't get his boot into that ball. Gosper trying to get away with it now. It'll have to be a bounce up. Ross Smith has it held in. Ridiculous decision.
It was, Tony. It really was. I'm wondering whether the crowd got to him. It was clearly shown on the screen that both players had a hand on that ball. But Stewart, however, to take the advantage of the decision, and he takes a mark after receiving the pass from Ross Smith. Look at Stewart pass a ball straight at Daryl Griffiths, and the defender's got no chance of stopping them.
St Kilda 15-6. That's a fine tally, isn't it? 15 goals for only 6 behinds. It looks like a winning score, but is it? Essendon 12-12. There's 12 points the difference, and that pass. Oh, what's happened here? Brown being spoken to and pulled back 15 yards. Late on the scene.
Essendon have done this twice in this quarter. First it was Gosper, now it's Brown, and have a look at Minot rush up to say, hey, cut that out or a flat. The ball was kicked, but umpire Blue was firm in his decision to bring the ball back as well he should, because that's how it's got to be. Kick over the mark and wait until the umpire is ready. Back to Darryl Griffiths. And a kick from Williams.
Ross Smith, 3 goals in the first quarter. McMullen, replaced Murray. Another goal. That's the stealer.
Yes, I'd say it is, Tony, although you never know in this game. There's 5 minutes of the quarter left to go, plus time on, so there's plenty of time to kick goals. Let's face it, Neil got 4 in 10 minutes off his own boot, and that's all that Essendon want to take this match out. McMullen on as 20th man when Bob Murray went off, and St Kilda will be quite pleased with his effort then.
McMullen's score puts the Saints past the century. They are 102 to 84. 18 points again is the difference in St Kilda's favour. The ball on the forward line. Fraser pushed out of things, and it's his free kick. Over the mark. I see Forsyth coming around the boundary line. They're going to bring him on, obviously, and put him up forward. Fraser will have another kick from between the centre of the ground and the centre half forward position. Forsyth, number 27, getting ready for a run. Essendon's first reserve, 19th man. In Thompson was on the field at the close of the first quarter when Egerton suffered a nasty knock and went off with concussion. Fraser really pumps that one almost into the goal square, not too far short of it. Burton Howell nicely sidestepped a couple and breaks clear. The ball has come right back to the same distance from where Fraser kicked it, but it goes back again through Alec Eppes. Eppes towards an Essendon player. Oh, golly, Thompson has dropped his second mark in a row.
Well, I would have played it, Tony. I thought he held that one long enough.
And he's going to bounce it. 30 yards from goals. Essendon want a goal badly, and they're really trying for it. Kennedy bumped out of the way. 18 points the difference. Eppes. Oh, played on, punched it over his head. Luckily Forsyth, who's just come on as 20th man, was there. He is pulled down. It's gone to Stewart. Stewart has grabbed the ball across the line, and Stewart is going to get a free kick.
Well, Eppes had to play on because the whistle never went to pay the mark, and he was the only one that had any chance of marking it, and it should have been a mark in my opinion. Stewart gets it up towards the wing position. Kennedy comes in, he's tackled hard.
And we'll call the scoreboard. 22 minutes into the final term. St Kilda 16 goals, 6, 102. Lead Essendon 12 goals, 12, 84 by 18 points.
There's a kick from Greenwood, gets the ball up towards the centre half forward position. Fraser was up, couldn't take it. It's transferred to Ross Smith. He gets it back to Sinman. Good play and good thinking there by Smithy. A long kick gets it up to the half forward zone. Breen couldn't mark. He's down on the ground, playing on with the ball there. But so too is Barry Davis. He's grabbed, gets rid of the ball before he's gathered in, and will get the free kick. I'd say it's all over. There's 3 goals wanted by Essendon to tie, and they're running out of time. It's 23 minutes into the final quarter. Noonan marks. Must be paid the mark. Essendon desperately wanting goals. A short pass to Somerville. He's almost on his own. It'll be a free kick against Ross Smith anyway. And Somerville will take the free kick. Now, if he can get this, the game isn't over. He's within scoring distance, 45 yards out, and only a very slight angle. And this is a pressure kick. It didn't quite make the distance. He didn't seem to put everything into it. That's Bunny clearing around the flank. Griffiths runs in, but the ball's too high for them. They can't get to it as it goes over the line. Kennedy and Mackenzie. Mackenzie having the second chance. It goes towards Greenwood. Bunny gets around him and picks up the ball one-handed. Gets it about 20 yards further away. A chance now for Essendon as Noonan picks up. Goes for the short pass to Fraser. He's there. 50 yards out from goal, directly in front. And a goal is desperately needed for his side as they're 23.5 minutes into the final quarter, and Essendon trail by 3 goals straight. 16-6 to 12-12 as Fraser lines it up. It's got the distance, but there's no banners flying. It didn't have the accuracy, and Ken Fraser's no doubt perturbed at that golden opportunity being lost. Kick off by Howe. Murray's off. Mark there by Essendon's Don McKenzie. Will be his 10th kick, his 5th mark. Howe was up in front, couldn't mark it. Here's a chance for the St Kilda defence to clear through Sierakowski. They do so. Gosper ran into Griffiths, still battles on and forces a ball across the line. Half a minute to go to the time on period, and it looks like a St Kilda victory. McKenzie gets up high, a left-hand knockout. A chance here for Noonan. He's grabbed, punches the ball across, gives it to Greg Brown, who runs through, but had to punch the ball, and it went towards Sinman. He grabs it, he gets tackled there by Gross. It's out into the open, running in his cross. Tackled by Somerville, but gets his boot to the ball, and it comes up towards Ian Stewart. He couldn't get his kick in time as they descended upon him in droves. Now it's to Williams. He's tackled, might get the free. I thought he might have. The umpire doesn't think so. Barry Breen with it, gets it forward. A chance for Baldock now. He's in the open without many players around him. He gets it up towards Neil. Neil and Payne. Neil wins out. It'll be his 8th. Let's have a look now at that ceiling goal. If there was any doubt, there's none now. Kevin Neil has taken 11 marks, had 19 kicks, and kicked 8 goals since half-time, 6 of them in the 3rd quarter. What a fantastic performance, and what a boost to the St Kilda side that was trailing by 23 points at half-time. Greg Brown gets up for the tap down. It's tough and hard out there, believe you me, as Ross Smith puts it forward, and there's a good falling mark to Barry Breen. Breen's midway between centre-half forward and the centre of the ground, so there's no chance of him scoring. He should get it down within scoring distance, though, for sure. Neil again. He goes up, he can't take the mark. McMullen gives it across to Dyer. He runs in there. Another goal to St Kilda. What's been a thrilling match for 3 3/4 quarters now isn't, as far as the result is concerned, because it's a definite St Kilda victory, but it's still great football, and full credit to both sides, because it's been a wonderful exhibition of the Australian code. It's had everything: vigour, high marking, long kicking, play on, and courage. What you name it, it's had it today. McKenzie punches it out, gives it to Greenwood. He in turn gives it back to Russell Blue. He left foots it up, looking for Fraser or Waite. Waite's there, fumbles an easy one. Picks it up though, punches it back to Brown. Brown gives it across to Fraser. Fraser's heading towards an open goal if it'll bounce for him. Oh, he ran around Howell, steadies, lines it up, an Essendon goal, but it's a dying effort. Marks in the match to date: 72 to Essendon, 77 to St Kilda, and 22 free kicks to St Kilda, 28 to Essendon. McKenzie again wins. He was missing for 3 quarters as far as ruck duels were concerned. Fraser gives it across in the direction of Noonan. He swivels and turns around on his left boot, sends a long one in. Sierakowski's there to mark. He was in position and pulled down a good one. Well into the time on period now. Sierakowski went the short pass to Ray Cross, and it wasn't well directed. It dropped too much across the mark and bounced off his feet to the boundary line. Punched out there by Monot towards Trott, but the ball bounces the wrong way and out of bounds again. 29 minutes of time been played in this final quarter. The scores at the moment: 18-6, 114 St Kilda, 13-13, 91 Essendon. As Trott gathers the ball in, sends it around the flank. Barry Davis in front of Breen, gets a left boot to it and sends it into the crowd. No one can mark it there, and it's punched back to the boundary umpire. Minot wins it, the knockdown. Chance for Greenwood. Ball didn't bounce well for him. He gave it across to Forsyth. A long kick from him. Howells up in front and takes a good mark. What a good player this fellow is. Play him in full back on a half-back flank, forward flank, centre-half forward, full forward. Or you play him where you like, you'll get a good effort from him. Sinks his boot into it. A chance for Somerville. He's up. Didn't pull it down. Didn't seem to put his heart into that one. Ross Smith gets through and then balks beautifully around Fraser. Sends a left foot down to where Epus takes a good mark. He gives it across to Davis, and Davis left foots it forward. A chance for Somerville on this occasion, and he does mark. He's looking for Noonan. He punches it away from the man in front of him and goes to Fraser. He's grabbed, loses the ball, play on. In comes O'Day, and this fella's a good player, believe you me. That's his 21st kick, not bad for a half-back flanker. Davis comes in and sees a chance to hand pass across to Gerlach. It was a 25-yard hand pass, and Gerlach muffed it, but still manages to punch it forward. O'Day comes through again, comes through like a steam train. I'd hate to run into him. Gets it up the centre forward as the siren goes to announce a St Kilda victory. Kevin Neil, probably the hero of the St Kilda victory. He'll be completely covered in by spectators, I feel sure. He kicked 6 goals in the third quarter. 8 for the game. A tremendous performance. It lifted St Kilda from seeming defeat into victory. What an effort and what a game. Tremendous game at the Moorabbin Oval today. There's Neil getting carted off by the St Kilda supporters. It was a Neil victory for sure, because they were 23 points down at half-time, and he kicked 4 or 5 goals in 15 minutes to put them right back into it. Kevin Neil, a great effort.